In this lesson, we will cover Unit 3, Section 3.1, Factors and Multiples of Whole Numbers. In this lesson, you will learn factors and multiples, how to determine the prime factors of a whole number, and how to determine, using a variety of strategies, prime factorization of a whole number. First, we will look at what is a factor. Factors are numbers you can multiply together to get another number. For an example, if we have 2 times 4, which equals 8. 2 and 4 are both factors. When we multiply those together, we will get 8. 8 will have different factors. A number can have a variety of different factors. 2 and 4 are factors for 8, but 1 and 8 are also factors as well. So if we look at the factors for 24, 2 and 12 are factors of 24 because 2 times 12 equals 24. However, 2 and 12 are not the only factors. 3 and 8 are also factors of 24 because 3 times 8 is equal to 24. 24 has other factors besides 2 and 12, and 3 and 8. The factors of 24 are 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. We list these factors from the lowest, starting with 1, and all the way to the greatest, which is 24. Next, what is a multiple? A multiple is a product of a given number and a natural number. Unlike a factor uses divisibility rules, and a multiple looks at two numbers that are multiplied together. For an example, 16 is a multiple of 2 because 2 times 8 is equal to 16. Negative 8 is also a multiple of 2 because 2 times negative 4 is equal to negative 8. In these cases, a number is being multiplied by 2 in order to get the resulting number. However, 9 is not a multiple of 2. There's nothing that we can multiply by 2 in order to get 9. Some multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and 22. Well, how do we get these multiples of 2? You start off with 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, and so on. Next, what is a prime number? When a factor of a number has exactly 2 divisors, one in itself, the factor is a prime number. Some examples of prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and 29. So let's look deeper into prime factors. If we look at the prime factors of 24, we're looking at factors that only have 2 divisors, one in itself. The factors of 24 from the previous question are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. 2 and 3 are the only prime factors. They cannot be broken down any further and do not have more than 2 divisors. 2 and 3 have divisors of 1 in itself. However, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24 have multiple. Therefore, 2 and 3 are the only prime factors. There are some different rules for prime numbers. 0 and 1 have no prime factors. A prime number must have exactly 2 factors that are unique. But 1 has only one factor, which is 1. 1 does not have 2 distinct divisors. It can only be divided by itself. 1 does not follow the rules of prime numbers, and therefore it is not prime. Dividing by 1 does not reduce the number. However, a prime number does. For an example, 2, 3, and 5. Those will reduce a number further. And lastly, division by 0 is immiscible. 0 has absolutely no prime factors. Next, since we have talked about prime numbers, there's prime factorization. Prime factorization of a natural number is a number written as a product of its prime factors. So if you have to determine the prime factorization of any number, you can use factor trees. Put 42 at the top, then start breaking it down by prime factor. 42 divided by 2 gives us 2 times 21. 2 is a prime factor. It only cannot be broken down further. However, 21 is not a prime factor. That can be broken down to 3 times 7. As a result, the prime factorization of 42 equals 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. We have to use all the prime factors in our factor tree. As a result, we will have to write the 2 times 2 as 2 squared. So now we have 2 squared times 3 times 7 for our prime factorization of 42. Now, in summary, we have a factor, a multiple, a prime number, and prime factorization. These may be new terms to you, and we're going to use them in the further sections of this chapter. Keep it in mind that factor and multiple are very different. Factors are the numbers that can be divided into a number so that when they multiply together, they get another number. And a multiple is a product of a given number and a natural number. For example, 2 times 3 is 6. Prime number can only have one factor. It can only have two factors, one in itself, and prime factorization is a product of prime factors.